This video is going to cover creating templates from scratch. To create a template from scratch, first make sure that you have your project set to the size you want to create for. So I'm going to go to Album, Edit, and you can see that we are currently set to do a 20 by 10 album with 1-inch margins. Let's go ahead and change that to just 1/4 of an inch on the margins, but otherwise that's going to be what size I want to use. The other thing that you want to make sure and check here is your resolution. So this is also the resolution I want to use, so I'm going to go ahead and accept it. Now, if I come under the Sheet pull-down menu and choose New Sheet, it's going to give me a blank sheet at 20 by 10 with 1/4 inch margins all the way around. And all you need to do to start doing templates is to draw shapes. So I'm going to grab the Shape tool right here, and I'm going to do one opening here. And let's go ahead and hold the Alt key and drag a copy of that over. We'll do one here. And I'm going to go ahead and have an image going across both pages here. So let's do one here. Put that there. And you notice I can modify even after I'm done dragging. I can continue. Now, I want a mirror image of this over here, so I can select just both of these, hold down the Alt key, and drag, which will drag a copy of both of those. And with both of them selected still, remember I wanted it to be a mirror, so I need to flip these. So I'm just going to go under the Edit menu, Transform, and flip along the horizontal axis. And there we go. So I've just created a very, very basic template. And maybe I had a change of heart and wanted to make this long. It's not a problem. Very easy to do. And to add images, of course, I can just click and double-click an image to add. Or if you remember from an earlier video, I could also simply select all 5 images I want. So here's the first image. I'm going to hold down Control to select multiple images. Here's the second. And for the third, let's come on down here. I'm going to grab this for the third, fourth, and fifth. And now to add these, I'm simply going to pull down from the Pictures menu and choose Autofill with selected images. Now, something to keep in mind here is watch the order that it fills these in. Remember, when you're using the autofill, it goes by the order that the layers appear in the layers palette, not what's left to right necessarily. Just like that. So now if I had wanted these to add left to right, let me show you how that would look. And all I would do was click on this image, make this the first layer, Click on this, make it the second. Here's the third, the fourth, and the fifth. So everything else is okay. And now I could just go Pictures, Autofill with selected images, and now you'll see it fill in left to right. Couple of small adjustments, and I'd be all done. If I wanted key lines on these images, I'd probably use like a black with a little bit of a drop shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the shape layer, go to my styles, and pick the appropriate photo style. So I've got one with just a thin drop shadow. Let's see. The best one is going to be this one. And that drop shadow is going to be a little thick, so I'm going to show you how to change that. Zoom in so you can see it. Alright, so here is that drop shadow. So I'm going to make that a little thinner. So if you look, here's the drop shadow. I just double click on it, and now I can change the distance and the size. And I'm going to turn off the bevel. I don't need the bevel. We'll add a small stroke instead. By the way, you notice I put position on the inside. When you draw on the inside, you get nice square corners. If you draw on the outside, your corners are going to be rounded. So that's what I want right there. I'm going to say OK. And I want that same thing on all of the other images. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag a copy onto the other layers. So I'm going to grab this, hold down the Alt key, and drag it here, drag it there, drag it there, and here. And now they all are consistent. And I'm done. And that's the basics of creating templates yourself or freehand designing as you go. And in the next video, you'll see how to save templates.